Check this out.
Imagine a basketball star stepping onto the court, not just confident, but radiating swagger. Lights are flashing, crowds are roaring, and the weight of expectation hangs heavy, promising a display of skill and dominance.
She has her worst professional pro game.
This was supposed to be her moment. The stage was set for a game for the ages, a performance that would be etched in memory, but what unfolded wasn't a highlight reel, it was a disaster class. It wasn't just a bad game, it was a full-blown, unforgettable implosion. Angel Reese walked into this game expecting to reign supreme, but she walked out having starred in her own personal blooper reel. This wasn't just a loss, it was a humiliation, a sports catastrophe of epic proportions. Get ready, because we're diving deep into every excruciating moment of Angel Reese's nightmare on the court. A game that proved in the most brutal way possible that even the most confident stars can have a night where everything just crumbles.
Angel Reese with what looks like a very dirty move under the basket. Check this out. I mean, wow.
From the moment Angel Reese stepped onto the court, the air crackled with anticipation. She wasn't just walking, she was strutting, chest out, eyes blazing with the fire of a player who believed she owned the place. Trash talk? It was flowing freely even before the tip-off. Taunts, faces, the whole performance. She was laying it on thick, broadcasting to everyone that they were about to witness something legendary. The energy was undeniable, a raw, almost aggressive confidence that could be felt throughout the arena. But here's the thing about swagger, it's a dangerous game if you can't back it up. And on this particular night, Reese's confidence was a house of cards waiting for the slightest breeze to send it tumbling down. What started as a display of self-assurance quickly morphed into something else entirely, setting the stage for a downfall that would be as spectacular as it was painful to watch. The higher you climb, the further you have to fall, and Reese was about to learn that lesson in the most public and unforgiving way possible.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bumps, and at the end of the game, the Lunar Owls does come away with the dub.
Then came the turnovers. Not just a couple of fumbles, but a full-blown cascade of errors, 7 in total, each one more unbelievable than the last. These weren't minor slip-ups. These were the kind of moments that make you question if you're watching a professional game or a comedy skit. One moment stands out in particular, a pass so off-target it slammed straight into the backboard, but the truly unbelievable part, she rebounded her own pass. Yes, you heard that right. She passed the ball.
I mean, Angel Reese is out there looking like a UFC fighter.
To herself. Fans watching at home couldn't believe their eyes. It was the kind of blunder you'd expect from a middle schooler still learning the basics, not a seasoned pro. It was as if, for a split second, she forgot which sport she was playing, and she wasn't done there. As if trying to outdo herself, she followed up with a no-look pass so errant it sailed straight out of bounds, landing nowhere near a teammate. Even her own team looked bewildered, wondering what on earth she was trying to achieve. It was turnover after turnover, a relentless wave of mistakes that painted a picture of a player completely unraveling under pressure. It wasn't just bad luck, it was a masterclass in how to gift your opponent's possession, turning the game into a painful highlight reel of errors.
It looked very intentional, everything that is happening with the Unrivaled League, because all of this stuff transpired, like I stated, just 4 to 5 hours after it was announced.
But the turnovers were just the tip of the iceberg. Reese's game wasn't just sloppy, it was physical, bordering on reckless. She was pushing, shoving, trying to impose her will through brute force, especially against her opponent, Napheesa Collier. It was clear she was trying to intimidate, to bully her way to victory, but here's where it backfired spectacularly. While Reese was busy playing the aggressor, focused on the theatrics and the physicality, Collier remained ice cold, locked in, and utterly focused on the game.
Guys, I'm dead. I saw this and was like, this can't be real.
It was like watching two different sports being played on the same court. Reese was treating it like a contact sport, throwing elbows and body checks, turning every play into a personal battle. But Collier? She was unfazed, calm, and composed, dismantling Reese's aggressive approach with skill and precision. Reese's attempt to bully her way through the game not only failed, it actually amplified her downfall, highlighting her lack of composure and strategic play against a player who refused to be rattled. Her aggression, instead of intimidating, became a self-inflicted wound, further contributing to her disastrous performance. And then came the shots. Oh, the shots. It wasn't just that they weren't falling, it was how they weren't falling. Wild, rushed, ill-advised attempts one after another, bricking off the rim, clanking against the backboard, or just plain missing everything. We're talking airball territory, the kind of shots that make you wonder if she'd ever picked up a basketball before. Layups, considered the most basic shot in basketball, became a struggle. At one point, she had a wide-open layup, no defender in sight, a guaranteed 2 points, except she missed. Botched it so badly that the crowd let out a collective groan. The ball bounced off the backboard as if it had a personal vendetta against her. The internet, of course, didn't miss a beat. Memes erupted, videos went viral with one caption perfectly summing it up. Angel Reese, the only player who thinks the hoop is against her. Comment sections flooded with disbelief and mockery. I've seen 8-year-olds make better decisions with the basketball, one user wrote. She's out here inventing new ways to turn the ball over, another chimed in. The shots weren't just missing, they were adding insult to injury, turning her performance into a full-blown comedy of errors amplified by the unforgiving lens of the internet.
It's like she thought she was in a Harlem Globetrotter show, but forgot the part where you're supposed to be good at tricks.
The Lunar Owls crushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court.
The game ended, but for Angel Reese, the nightmare was just beginning. The internet, as it always does, had already sprung into action. Memes were born within minutes, each one more brutal and hilarious than the last. The turnovers, the missed layups, the air balls, every misstep was dissected, magnified, and turned into viral content. Comment sections became a feeding frenzy, a relentless barrage of jokes, criticisms, and outright mockery. And the thing about the internet is, it remembers everything. This wasn't just a bad night that would be forgotten by morning. This was a performance immortalized in the digital realm, ready to be rehashed, reposted, and relived again and again. For an athlete with a strong personality and a massive social media presence, this level of public humiliation had to sting. Every time she logs online, every time someone mentions her name, these clips, these memes, this game, they'll be there lurking in the digital shadows. The internet had transformed her on-court disaster into a lasting stain on her reputation, a constant reminder of a night where everything went wrong and everyone was watching. The meme machine had been ignited and Angel Reese was now firmly in its crosshairs.
And that led us to another chapter in her night of horrors.
Angel was 8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night. 7 damn turnovers. 7. All right?
So, what happens now? This wasn't just a bad game, it was an exposure. A brutal public unveiling of weaknesses that had been lurking beneath the surface of her confident persona. From a lack of discipline to an inability to handle pressure, this game ripped away the veneer and laid bare the flaws. The question now is, will this be a wake-up call? A turning point that forces her to confront her shortcomings and make real changes? Or will she double down, clinging to the same approach that led to this disaster, setting herself up for more public meltdowns? Every athlete has off nights. Even legends have moments they'd rather forget. But this wasn't just an off night, it was a potential career crossroads. She has a choice to make: learn, adapt, and evolve, or become a repeat offender forever haunted by the memory of this game. The lessons are there for the taking: humility, composure, accountability, preparation. But will she heed them? The answer to that question will determine whether this game becomes an embarrassing footnote or the catalyst for a genuine comeback story.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player.
Angel Reese walked into that game with all the swagger and confidence of a superstar, but Napheesa Collier and the reality of the game delivered a brutal, unforgettable lesson. This wasn't just a loss on the scoreboard, it was a loss of face, a hit to her reputation, a moment that exposed vulnerabilities in the harshest possible light. Whether this becomes a defining moment for the wrong reasons or the foundation for a future comeback story is entirely up to her. Will she learn from this disaster, or is this just the beginning of a cycle of hype and humiliation? What do you think? Was this just a bad night, or is Reese's style of play fundamentally flawed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world of WNBA drama. We've got plenty more expert analysis and breakdowns coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Angel Reese stepped onto that court bathed in the spotlight, radiating the unwavering confidence of a champion. She was there to dominate, to prove her hype was real, to etch another victory into her growing legend. But what unfolded was a stark and brutal reminder that in the unforgiving arena of professional sports, swagger alone doesn't win games. Napheesa Collier, with her ice-cold focus and unwavering composure, delivered not just a defeat, but a profound and public humbling. This wasn't just about the final score, it was about the unraveling of a carefully constructed image, the exposure of vulnerabilities that had been masked by bravado. This game served as a harsh, unavoidable mirror, reflecting back at Reese not the dominant force she envisioned, but a player undone by her own mistakes, her own ego, and a glaring lack of fundamental execution when the pressure truly mounted. Now Angel Reese stands at a critical juncture. This game, this humiliating performance, could become the anchor dragging her down, a constant source of ridicule and a permanent stain on her burgeoning career. Or it could be the crucible in which she's forged anew. Will she allow this disaster to define her, to become the defining narrative of her early career? Or will she harness the sting of this defeat, the